Hey everybody, Justin Senior here. This is such an important video that you're about to watch. This is all about picking the right t-shirt print-on-demand fulfillment partner for your t-shirt print-on-demand Shopify store. And if you're still a little bit new to the business model, this is an incredibly important decision to make because your t-shirt print-on-demand partner is pretty much going to do all of the heavy lifting on your store, right? They're going to obviously print the shirt, right? They're going to package the shirt. They're going to mail the shirt out to your customer. And of course, this is all happening on demand, which means you're never paying for this product up front, right? We're selling products, t-shirts, apparel, phone cases, etc., that are printed on demand. And when are they demanded? Well, only after an order takes place, right? That's the whole magic of this business model. We're going to be able to sell 6-7 figures of product without ever touching any of the products, without ever worrying about shipping, right? That's what your t-shirt print-on-demand partner is going to do. And that's why it's obviously so important to pick the right partner. And I'm going to show you some of the more popular print-on-demand partners right now, and I'll walk you through how to install their apps on your Shopify store. And the first one I'm going to get started with is Custom Cat, okay? You can find them at cc.justinsenior.com, cc.justinsenior.com. It's going to bring you to the link that you see on your screen right now. And Custom Cat is by far the best option if you're going to be doing t-shirt print-on-demand with Shopify, okay? No one even comes close. That's the bottom line. And there's a ton of different reasons why. Okay, first of all, and you can scroll through this page. Again, this is cc.justinsenior.com. You can take a look at all their products. I'll tell you the real main benefit of Custom Cat. First of all, they're only going to be charging you $6 per t-shirt for unlimited colors. Okay, and you can take a look at some of the comparisons here. Obviously, they're significantly cheaper than any other company that's out there right now. In fact, even the next closest company is still about $3 higher than Custom Cat. So if you want to make the most money, you're going to go with Custom Cat. That's just only one of the reasons why I recommend them. Here's another big reason. They have tons and tons and tons of products. They have over 300 different print-on-demand products. And this is the cool thing, right? You see this little design here, this little globe icon, and you see it's on T-shirts, right? It could be on sweatshirts, it could be on polos, jackets, warm-ups, pants, dress shirts, work apparel, hats, bags, blankets, cell phone cases, laptop covers, tablet covers, dog leashes, glass prints. I mean, they have some crazy products here. And you notice it's all the same design. And that means you're going to be able to have a huge variety of products on your store just because you're working with Custom Cat. Okay. So the one thing about Custom Cat, yes, you do have to pay. You're going to be able to get a 30-day free trial if you use my link again, cc.justinsenior.com. Totally worth it, even if you pay the $30 a month, right? This is the $30 a month plan over here. If you sell just one t-shirt a day, that only adds $1 to your cost per t-shirt, right? And I'm sure you're going to sell more than one t-shirt per day. That would only put our cost at $7, right? Because here's the comparison, right? Even if we added in that one t-shirt a day cost, equaling out to that $30 monthly fee, we'd still be so much cheaper than any of the other companies. So Custom Cat, definitely the t-shirt print-on-demand partner that I'm recommending, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to get this set up. So obviously you need to go ahead and buy it, right? You can go and go to cc.justinsenior.com. I recommend just doing the monthly trial. You can cancel at any time and add to cart. And you're going to run through their checkout process over here and just basically start your free trial. And once you do, you'll be sent over to the home page for the members area. And they have some videos, but I'm going to show you the real important stuff over here. We're going to scroll down here, and we're going to start our installation process. We're going to click this checkbox. We're going to enter in our PayPal email. And then we're going to copy in our store URL. And you're noticing that they're asking for the ugly store URL, the one that includes the .myshopify.com. And you're going to find that in your back end of your Shopify store. So if you got a nice .com domain, you're not going to be using that here. You're just going to be putting in your Shopify store URL. For example, mine is senior-mastermind-2.myshopify.com. We're going to click Get Started. And this is going to send us back to our Shopify store where we're going to go ahead and install this Custom Cat app. Okay. Another important note, you're not going to find the Custom Cat app in the App Store. It is a private app. Again, you need to find it at cc.justinsenior.com. Okay. So now that we've installed the app in our Shopify store, you see over here this big red bar, your account is not active. Please go to account setup to begin using the app. All we have to do is basically put some information in here, okay? And I'm going to enter this information in another screen, obviously, just because it's got some personal information. But you need to put a credit card or PayPal on file. They're not going to charge you, right? They're not going to be billing you up front or anything. But they need to have this on file because when an order comes in, they want to immediately be able to go out and process that order and, of course, bill you for the T-shirt or print-on-demand item that they are processing. So I'm going to fill this out, and then we're going to come right back, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now I entered in all the information, and you see that red bar is gone. And now we're actually ready to add our first product, okay? So we're going to come over and click Add Product in here. We're still inside the Custom Cat app. And by the way, everything happens inside of the Custom Cat app. And we're going to come over here to the Upload a New Design section. And this, of course, means we already need to have our T-shirt design file ready to go, right? We've already gotten that back from our T-shirt designer. We're going to come over here and click Add Front. And we're going to be able to go ahead and actually just drag and drop our design file right into Custom Cat. So I'll take a little design file that I have here, and I'm just dragging it from my folder into the Custom Cat app, and you see it's sending it off and uploading it into the system. And obviously they need to have the design file in their system in order for them to go ahead and do the print on demand. So now that we've added our design, we're going to come over here and click Choose an Already Uploaded Design, because obviously we just uploaded this cat design. Here you see I work hard so my cat can have a better life. Right, that little design is now going to be placed over here. This is the representation for the front. If you wanted to add a back design, you could do that over here. Note that it adds $5 per unit. Typically, all these print-on-demand partners are not very well equipped to do back designs. So typically, you're going to want to focus just on front designs to maximize your margin. And now we'll go to the next page, and this is where we're going to be able to select the products, right? And the first thing you're going to see is here's that $6 T-shirt I was talking about, right? You see the blue text. That's your cost, right? And you're going to be able to set the price of what you charge on the next page. But we definitely want to go ahead and look through some of these products. And if we want to add the $6 shirt to our store, for example, we'll just click Add Product, and you see that turns red. And some other popular products we typically want to add, the Bella Canvas, Flowy, always popular in the summer. The hoodie, right over here, you're going to get over $20 margin selling this hoodie. I also like adding this women's shirt down here, $10 for the women's shirt, right? You're going to make about $13 margin on that. And there's tons of other products as well, right? We don't want to go crazy and add too many, but you see there's, about 50 different T-shirts and about 30 different sweatshirts, polo shirts. I'll just show you some of the cool things in here. Work apparel, aprons, right? Scrubs, right? You can get some really cool ideas about how to really create some interesting, unique designs that people have never seen before, right? We have hats, all different style hats, even Nike hats in here, and bags, and look at that, tote bags, backpacks, blankets. There's everything. Pet accessories, dog leash, dog bowl, phone cases for every single model, right? So you basically just pick the products that you want. It turns red, you press review, and now we're already on to the last step here. And you're going to see these are our actual mock-ups. Okay, a couple things that we want to do here. First of all, you're going to notice the pricing. It says sell for. You see your cost in blue, and we're going to set our pricing. And this is pretty much universal pricing that we're doing across all of our stores. I'm doing $39.99 for hoodies, $22.99 for basic shirts. And now you see that the color is set to gray, right? You see a little red outline around these boxes. We're going to uncheck that. Any color that has a red outline around it will be added to our store, and we could add multiple colors if we want. For example, maybe we want to add, how about black? So we could add black. You see it turns black, and we could also add red. And over here we do the same thing, black and red, right? Actually, I think that was navy. There you go, black and red. Okay, and black and red. Okay. So we see that we have our prices set, we have our color set. Now the last thing that we need to do is add grouping. We want all these pages or all these products to be listed together on the same page, right? That's very important for paid traffic. So when people come to your site, they're going to immediately be able to pick out what they want, whether it's a hoodie or a shirt or a tank top or a women's cut or a black shirt or a red shirt, right? They're all going to be on the same page. So we need to add grouping up here. Press this blue button, add grouping, and you're going to see this little checkbox opens up for each of these items. We're going to click it for all of them to add to group. And then we're going to give the overall group a name. This is going to be your product name. I'm going to call it Better Life for My Cat. And all these are checked. We're going to press save. And now you're going to see Better Life for My Cat group added to all of these different product variants. That's all we need to do. We have the price. We have the colors. We have the grouping. We're going to come down here and click Export To. And this is actually going to send this product off to our store, and we're done, right? This is where we would then go and do Facebook ads. We would drive traffic to our store. And once we make the sale, Custom Cat would take over and do everything else, right? They would receive the order information automatically through Shopify because we've made this new integration. So this typically takes about 30 seconds for the product to get sent through into the system. And literally once it is pushed through, we're fully done, right? This product is now available to be purchased. It's in Custom Cat's system. So as soon as we get an order, we literally do nothing, right? Custom Cat steps in, they'll print this shirt, they'll see the order information, and they'll send it off to the customer. They'll even send the customer the tracking information on your behalf, right? That's pretty cool. And we'll come over here to products, and here you go, Better Life for My Cat. And we can even take a look at it on our store, right? Here's all the variants that we got. It's just loading over here. You got the different options over here, right? The 4 variants. different colors, different sizes, add to cart, ready to go, fully integrated. Custom Cat, like I said, is definitely the print-on-demand partner that I'm recommending. By far the best one that's out there, and really the thing that you're probably most interested in. Best service and best margins. You're simply going to make the most money when you use Custom Cat. So go ahead and check them out, cc.justincenter.com. They're definitely number one on this list. Okay, so let's look at another t-shirt print-on-demand provider, and this next one is called T-Launch. Okay, and you're going to be able to find these guys in the Shopify App Store. So when you're in your Shopify store, we can come down here under Apps, and we can go under Visit Shopify App Store, and we can literally just type in the name T-Launch over here in the search box. There you go, T-Launch. It's got a little red icon. Okay, and we're going to be able to install this for free. Here's the big details about T-Launch. Okay, you see it's $8.50 for a t-shirt and $18.50 for a hoodie. So relatively the same hoodie price as Custom Cat, but definitely a little bit more expensive on the t-shirt. And you're going to find pretty much all the items are maybe $1 or $2 more expensive. Obviously, that $6 t-shirt can't be beat with Custom Cat. Bottom line, Custom Cat is going to always have the best pricing, right? So there's no doubt about that. If you're looking for best pricing, that's going to be Custom Cat. And again, I'm totally recommending Custom Cat to you guys over there at cc.justincenter.com. But here's another one. I'll show you how to install this. Or they're going to have pretty similar items as Custom Cat. Not as big of a an option. Obviously, Custom Cat has 300 items. They say over here we have 30 different items. They do have some interesting ones like posters, different size posters, mugs, right? And by the way, you can have multiple print-on-demand partners in your store, right? The apps are smart enough to route the orders the correct way based on what products are ordered, okay? So all you need to do is find the T-Launch app. We're going to come over here and click Get. This is going to be the same way that we installed our Custom Cat app into our store. We're just coming back to our store here and giving it permission to go ahead and install the app to allow T-Launch and Shopify to be able to talk back and forth with each other. Obviously, that's super important for orders to come in immediately, okay? And here we are on our T-Launch dashboard, and we see kind of something similar to Custom Cat, where we have our setup over here. First thing we want to look at is going under Account. Okay, so we'll click up here on Account, and we're going to have to load all of our information over here in order to get everything set up. So you're just going to go in here and process the information. I'm going to pause this real quick just so I can put in my specific information, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, I entered in all my information, and I set up my account. So the first thing that we want to do is come over here and click on New Product. Okay, this is going to bring us to our product design screen, and this is pretty similar to the process for any print-on-demand integration. You're pretty much going to be building the mock-ups in the app, and then you're going to be sending those mock-ups and those connected products into your Shopify store. Okay, so here's that $8.50 shirt, right? You can go and select whatever product you want, and it's going to turn blue in terms of adding it on there. I'll just run through this a little bit quicker, right? We could put this little $10 tank top on here, and let's also put this hoodie on here, and the women's shirt, and now we can click Start Designing, right? So we're going to put our design on these 4 variants. Click Start Designing, and again, this is all similar to Custom Cat, just maybe in a different order, right? So now we're going to be able to come over here, and we're actually going to go and upload our design for our t-shirt, okay? And you see the shirts that we can put over here. For example, we could set it to be black or navy, right? Or even red, right? We could have a different color selected. But now we're going to come over here and we're going to click Choose File, okay? And an important thing about T-Launch is they're a little bit more specific about the file sizes that they need, okay? They need a PNG file that has to be at least 2,400 pixels in size. So if you're going to be using T-Launch instead of Custom Cat, make sure that you tell your designer that they're going to need different sizing that's very specific to T-Launch. Custom Cat can pretty much accept anything that is good quality, okay? Over here, we need at least a 2,400 pixel file. So we're going to come over into our design library. We're going to go get a design that our designer provided to us, and we're going to click Choose File, and we're going to simply upload that design right into right into T-Launch. So press Choose File. Come and get the cat file. Uploading. Right, again, this is at least 2,400 pixels in size. Now we can literally just position it wherever we want. You didn't see this part in Custom Cat because they basically auto-center it for you. So you're going to have to kind of eyeball this. This is definitely something that they should update here. But you eyeball this, and you basically just place it in the top center section of the shirt. And we're going to go and select our colors for the Gildan unisex shirt over here. And we're just going to go black and navy. And now we come down here and open up the district tank top. And you see, again, we have the opportunity to position our design so it looks good. So make sure we do that for every single variant. And we'll come over here, add the colors. Let's add red and black. And how about we come down here for the hoodie. Right now you see the mock-up for the hoodie. Okay, we're going to, this should scale down in here. So we're going to have to click on the corner and hold shift to scale this down and then kind of resize. This, again, you didn't see this on Custom Cat. They do this automatically for you. Select the colors. We got black. We got red. Okay, one more time. Do it for the women's shirt, right? We got to resize this again. Resizing the design. Make it look nice. Put it in the top center of the shirt. Select the colors. Do black. We'll do red here. Okay. And now all we need to do is review and publish the designs. This is going to be basically the last step of when we're going to see what everything looks like and, of course, set our titles and pricing. Okay, so over here, we're going to come over here and click the product title section over here. I'll call it Cats Because People Suck. Okay, and we can add it to the Shopify collection if we want. And we're also going to go ahead and set our pricing here. And this is pretty much universal pricing over here. For our tank tops, for our hoodies, for our T-shirts, we're always at $39.99, $22.99 for the T-shirts, men and women. Okay, $22.99. And the last thing that we're going to do is come over here and publish this to our store. And it's going to just basically go ahead and confirm it, right? Click OK. Publish to our store, and it's going ahead and processing this Cats Because People Suck product. It's literally pushing it directly to our store. You see it's building all of the mock-ups, and in just a couple of seconds, this product will be added to our store. Just like the one that we did through Custom Cat, this new product is going to be available to be purchased through our store, and once an order comes in, T-Launch will then receive that order, and we'll start printing this shirt, right? They'll figure out who ordered it, what size, what color, what variant, what address to send it to. They'll print it out, they'll put it in a bubble mailer, and they'll ship it directly to your customer for you. So this product is now complete. It's now added to our store. We can click View Product. We'll take a look at it in our back end, right? We can view this now on our front end, and here is another product, right? And you see here it looks pretty similar, right? I'll keep this in another window, and I'll go back to our Custom Cat product. So here's a Custom Cat product, and here's a T-Launch product. And really, I mean, there's not much that you could tell that's different. And if you're a customer, you know, you're really not going to ever tell that there's any difference here, right? Obviously, these are two different print-on-demand providers, but you could have both of these sitting in your store at one point. Now, typically, I don't see really any other reason why you would use anything besides Custom Cat. You just install them, grab them at cc.justinscener.com, and just go crazy and use them for all the products. Again, they have over 300 different products out there. But let's say you find a cool product that was provided, like stickers or posters from T-Launch. You could definitely integrate them as well. Okay, so now we have two products on our store from two different print-on-demand partners, and I'm going to show you another one coming up next. This will be the third most popular one, and this one is called the Printful. Okay. The Printful, again, you're going to be able to find this in the App Store. This is a public app. It's called the Printful. All you need to do is come over here in the search box and type in Printful. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you this. You see Printful over here. I'm showing you this because it's a very popular print-on-demand partner. It's one of the first print-on-demand partners that were integrated with Shopify and kind of get a little benefit because they were the first, right? Definitely not saying that I recommend them. I think that they're way too expensive. They can't even come close to comparing to Custom Cat, but I want to show you because a lot of people do want to use Printful because they just happen to run into them more than anyone else. Okay, so you see over here, Printful, we can see all the Printful pricing over here in terms of the actual costs for the T-shirts, right? And they talk about their different costs and things like that, starting from $13, obviously double the price of Custom Cat, right? So, again, I'm a huge fan of Custom Cat, definitely recommending it. You see $12.50 over here for a basic shirt. So Printful, you know, definitely some disadvantages of using Printful, but they are one of the more popular ones out there. So you find Printful over here, and you're going to click Get to go ahead and install it into our Shopify store. And again, this is going to be just like Custom Cat was. Brings us back to our store, and we give it permission to install the app. Okay. So now that we come over here, we're going to need to go and create a new Printful account. So we'll do this, create new, and we'll use our email, whatever email we want to use. Click Create. And now we're going to go over. It's going to send us back into our store here. You see we're back on our Shopify dashboard. And now it's basically creating our account and connecting it to the store. Okay. And you can read through all this stuff if you want. It's going to basically look at all of our products, right? And it's going to find some products, for example, that will be ignored, right? Because we have variants that are not synced up. We don't need to sync these variants up with Printful because we're going to be basically using Custom Cat or T-Launch for these specific products. You could basically go and click Ignore Product just to remove this from the list, or just ignore these listing right over here. But what you want to do is come over here and click Add Product. Okay, this is the first step for the Printful integration for adding a product to your store. So click Add Product, and again, this looks pretty similar, right, to Custom Cat. We're going to be going and picking the different variants that we want here. Something cool that Printful has that other people don't at this point, all over shirts, right? You can get a print that goes all over the shirt, like literally 360 degrees around the shirt. They also have leggings, which are pretty popular, sublimated socks, which work pretty well, dresses, skirts, which are kind of rare. You don't see those often, but we're going to focus on shirts here, and I'll add T-shirts. And again, you see definitely a little bit more expensive in terms of cost. So I'm just going to add this one Gildan 64,000 shirt. It's about $12.50 in terms of cost, which is, more than double what Custom Cat charges. So again, if you ask me, Custom Cat is definitely the choice to go with, but I want to show you this one. This is super popular, and you probably already know what to do at this point, right? We're going to go and choose the design file, and you see that we have only a couple of colors that we have options for in this variant with Printful. But we'll click Choose File, and we're going to come over here, and we basically have to go and upload our files. We can just drag and drop our design right onto this section right here. So I'll drop this cat design right here, and now we're going to click Upload. Okay, and please note, blah, blah, blah. I basically just have to have saying that, you're not using anything that's infringing, and of course, you're going to make sure that you're never using any infringing things like that. Okay, and now that we have this uploaded into our library, we're going to hover over it and click Choose, and this is going to actually put it on top of our T-shirt, and there you go. Now we have our little cat yin-yang design right on top of our T-shirt. We could add a back print if we want, but again, just like all the other print-on-demand partners, you're really not going to get a good margin if you put stuff on the back. So you could allow all the sizes on here. As you see that Custom Cat definitely had a bit more sizing and obviously a lot more color options than Printful. So we'll go to the pricing side here. We're going to go with JPEG for our mock-up. We could do Ping if that's going to look better on your store. You could test this out. And now we're going to put in the title. Okay, I'm going to call this Cat Yin Yang Shirt. You could add something to the description in here, or you could just leave what they have. This is basically just a description about the type of quality shirt here. Now you're going to come over here. We're going to be able to edit all the prices of all of our variants, or we could just basically have it be on a rule, right? But here's our retail pricing. And, of course, we're probably going to want to make all the sizing the same just to be fair to your customers. But some of the larger sizes you could definitely charge more for. And you see that they're going to be charging you more once you get up to the 2XL size. So typically at this point, you see that they add $1.50 to their cost. You could add the same or maybe even go up to $2 over here, right? You're going to need to add even more because the bigger sizes just simply require a little bit more money to buy the blank, right? Because the shirt is bigger. So we're going to publish this product. We can add it to a collection if we want. I'm not going to do that right now. You see that I've set up all the pricing for all of these. If we were to have more than just a T-shirt, right? If we had T-shirt, hoodie, we would see lots of prices for small T-shirts, small hoodies, small women's, right? And we would set the price individually, and now we press Submit to Store. And you see this shirt is waiting to be processed. This shirt is now being uploaded into our Shopify store, just like our other products, right? Here's our Custom Cat product. Here's our T-Launch product. And right now, we're building our Cat Yin Yang shirt. We're going to look at it in Shopify. Okay, here's our shirt. Here's our product. Now we're going to view it on our front-end store. And I'll just open this up in another new window so we can look at all three side by side. Okay, here's our Custom Cat product. Here's our T-Launch product. And, whoops, let me get the right link. And here is our Printful product, okay? Now, obviously, you do see there is a little bit different in terms of the mock-ups, right? Here's one style mock-up. This is a very similar style mock-up. This is a completely different style mock-up here. But, in terms of the customer's sake, right, they're not going to know that these are coming from any different place, right? This is your store, right? This store is obviously a test store, Senior Mastermind too. But this would be a great cat store, right? Now, 3 different print-on-demand partners integrated. Custom Cat definitely being the one that I recommend. But I walked you through 3 different ones. Hope that you could pick one of these 3. There are more out there too, and it seems like there's a new one popping up every week. And I really want to say this about print-on-demand partners. If you pick the wrong one, your store cannot recover, right? The first store I ever created, I'm not going to embarrass the company and share their name, but definitely is not one that I showed you today and one that I would never recommend. I was getting negative reviews, slow shipping times, incorrect shipments, and no one knew who the print-on-demand partner was, right? They only come and complain to my store. They give negative reviews to my store, and in fact, I had to shut down that store. It was my first ever Shopify store because I picked the wrong print-on-demand partner. So don't make that same mistake. Definitely go ahead and grab Custom Cat or check out these other guys, but I'm totally recommending Custom Cat, cc.justinsenior.com. But this is really the kind of the meat and potatoes of your back end when it comes to the T-shirt print-on-demand business. These T-shirt print-on-demand fulfillment partners, they're going to be doing all of the heavy lifting for you. So go ahead and pick one, integrate it into your store, and get started in this incredible business model.